Welcome, everyone. This is a regular meeting of the Springfield Township Board of Trustees. We start our meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance, so I ask you to join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mrs. Price, would you call the roll, please?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman.
Here.
Mr. DeLauro.
Here.
Mr. Caudle.
Here.
Mr. Spickard.
Here. I see, I think we're probably pushing the fire capacity, but we're probably okay with all you guys here. We'll be okay, safe. This might be one of the biggest crowds we've had for our meetings. I don't know if we have something special on the agenda or not. All right, so I guess what you're all here for is to see our new fire chief get sworn in. Mrs. Chapman will do the honors here, and then we will have a short intermission or recess then afterwards with refreshments down in the fire hall. But Captain Simmons, would you like to get us started?
Thank you, Trustee DeLauro. Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Captain Simmons with the Springfield Township Fire Department, and I'd like to welcome the trustees, Brett's family, and as you can see, guests that are here to support Brett. So we're here to swearing in of Brett Reinbold. So Brett, will you please come front and center to be recognized? Okay, just a few words that I have. I've worked with Brett for the past 15 years, and I can't think of another deserving person for this position. He's great to work with. I consider him a friend. Brett is here with his wife, Mindy. Mindy, could you stand up so we can see who you are? And thank you for supporting. And I'm sure it's not easy being a fire chief's wife, but he will need your support through the years. So definitely want to recognize you. Before Brett accepted the position here at Springfield Township Fire Department, he spent 15 years as fire chief over at Lakemore. And, you know, personally, I'm excited for him to be here at Springfield for the next part of his professional career. At this time, Trustee Kelly will deliver the oath of office to Brett Reinbold.
I'm going to try not to cry, so I'll have to keep it short and sweet. Brett and Mindy have been very good friends of mine for years. We share the love of potbelly pigs. We have them. And anytime my rescue needs anything at all for animals, they are there within minutes. He adopted a dog from me years and years ago. And they're wonderful people and members of the township. And we're blessed to have him lead our fire department. Raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Brett Reinbold,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully discharge the duties of Fire Chief full-time
and will faithfully discharge the duties of Fire Chief full-time
for Springfield Township, Summit County, State of Ohio,
for Springfield Township, Summit County, State of Ohio,
during my continuance of employment.
during my continuance of employment.
Congratulations.
So I guess I should say something. I'm not real good at speaking. So oh yeah, Mindy has to pin me real quick.
So Brett expressed that he wanted his wife to pin his badge on him. They did practice this, just to let you know.
There.
So it's certainly humbling seeing so many people come tonight. It's emotional for me, so I'll keep it short. Thank you to the Village of Lakemore for giving me a shot to be chief years ago. Mayor Rick Justice for hiring me, and good friend Rich Cole keeping me. Thank you to the trustees for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all friends for coming. My dad for giving me the ability to be in the fire service. And my family, my brothers, Todd, Scott, Keith, Mike. Love you all and thank you. Thanks for coming.
So, Chief Reinbold, congratulations on your promotion, sir. I look forward to working with you for the next 3 years, and it's just going to be 3 years. It ain't going to be any longer than that. So. But at this time, if you came for the fire chief swearing in, we're going to have refreshments down in the conference room, okay? And for those who stayed for the meeting, I guess you're staying here, so.
Well, we're going to stand in recess for a few minutes to
Gotcha.
come down there and see what kind of cake you have.
Giant eagle.
Okay.
It's good.
All right.
All right.
All right, we stand in recess. Thank you. Call the meeting back to order. I have a few administrative motions. I move to dispense with the reading of minutes and approve the minutes to date.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes. I move to approve payment of bills and payroll as prepared by the fiscal officer, subject to audit.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes. I move to approve nunc pro tunc, the attached resolution for payment of legal services rendered by Harps Becker LLC in the amount of $4,512.45.
Second. Sorry.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
Yeah.
I move to approve the transfer of $23,589.37 from Fund 1,910,910, the general fund, to Fund 2281, ambulance and EMS, to aid in the offsetting the cost of dispatching services. Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes. And I guess if we do it for the fire, we'll have to do it for the police, so I move to approve the transfer of $35,384.05 from 1,910,910 general fund to Fund 2081 Police District to aid in the offsetting the cost of dispatching services.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes. Mr. Cottrell, do you have some motions for the zoning?
Yes, I do. I move to remove Deborah Groh, zoning administrator, from probationary status effective February 19th, 2023, and paid at a salary rate of $30 an hour.
Second.
Is that supposed to be 23? 24.
There's a typo.
Oh, yeah, we're not giving her a year's, she gets a year's worth of back pay. Yeah, there goes the general fund, that's for sure. All right.
Roll
Thanks
call,
for catching that.
Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes. I move to approve the quote from Ray Bertoloni Trucking in the amount of $8,000 for raising of an existing residential dwelling garage shed located at 1213 Abington and hauling away all debris to a certified landfill and paid from Fund Line 2181-0 130-500-1007.
I would second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes. I move to approve Nunc Pro Tunc payment to JAC Home Services, Inc. in the amount of $8,424 for the nuisance and abatement of exterior debris at 1025 Anong, and what was that? Onondaga Trail, and paid from Fund Line 2181-130-500-1007.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman, you have some motions for the fire department?
I move to authorize the appointment of Aaron Smith, Jason Donaldson, Antonio Fordson, Nick Nash, Brad Miller, Bruce George Jr. to the position of full-time medic effective March 18th, 2024, contingent on the satisfactory completion of the physical examination as required by the Ohio Police and Fire Disability Pension Fund, including the satisfactory completion of drug screening. The appointment will follow the terms and conditions of employment as outlined in the current full-time firefighter collective bargaining agreement.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to remove in accordance with the current Springfield Township Fire Department part-time contract, Article 29, Scheduling, Section 2, voluntary resignation from the part-time roster. The following individual has not submitted available hours schedule and has not worked in the past 6 consecutive months. Rob Hoke. In accordance with the contract, this individual will be notified by mail of this action.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to accept the letter of resignation from Matt Carr effective 2/2024.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
The police, we have police business. I move to accept this OCJS Edward Bryan Memorial Justice Assistant Grant 2023 to 2024 in the amount of $35,950, and the OCJS Body Worn Camera Grant 2024 in the amount of $44,530. This is a 100% reimbursable grant, for the purchase of new body worn cameras.
Great. I would second that.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to approve the purchases of new body-worn cameras from Motorola WatchGuard in the amount not to exceed $80,480 and to be paid from Fund Line 1,760,790.
Wow, we didn't have that money very long, huh? We got it in and spent it, so. I would second that.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
And now we are open for public comment. If anyone would like to address the board? Yeah, Jer- yeah, come on up, Jer-
Gary, only thing I want to ask is, you haven't had any type of like a hazardous waste or tire drop off or shredding days? Are you gonna have anything like that again as far as tire recycle, you know what I mean?
Ted, do you know, I mean, that,
It's
didn't we
been
used
a
to do
long
that
time
with
since you've done it.
with the county or
We
something?
have to pay now, don't
Yeah, it's usually through the county, through reworks on
Right.
the road, take it out there.
Because they had it once here and,
Well, that was through reworks and they didn't do it again. We were hoping to have done it last year and there wasn't, they changed something within their grants. So they stopped doing it last year, so we were unable to do it. Because we partnered up with Lakemore. Because we did it 2 years ago, did not do it last year. And I don't know if it's gonna be available to us this year with reworks.
Right, so typically, like, so if Lakemore has it, can Springfield residents go to Lakemore?
We teamed up, so we work together.
I'm just saying
I
if
don't know. I
they
can't
have
answer
it
that
on their
question.
own, right?
Cannot answer that question,
Okay.
because reworks held it.
What about the shredding
for
days?
Lakemore and Springfield the last time they.
What about the shredding? The shredding, is that part of the reworks too?
We've never.
Didn't
done
we
shredding
have that
like
up at the? We had the shredding, I think we had the electronic drop off
Electronics,
too.
all that.
We've had
We did the
that.
electronic drop off, but I don't know about the shredding.
I mean, anything's better than nothing.
Right,
Just wondering, I know it's been a long time since any of that's happened,
Right.
right.
you know,
Yeah, normally we try to do it with reworks through their grant program.
okay.
that they have.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's through, I mean, usually we'll organize it to make this a drop off, but it's all through the county. It's a county project, so we can look into that and see if there's something. Because usually in spring, I think, is when they do that sort of
Right,
stuff.
or just, yeah, whenever, right? It
Okay.
doesn't have to be in the spring.
Right,
I mean, I would think,
yeah.
whatever. All right,
Okay, all right, Jerry, thank you. Anyone else? See no one. Do any of my colleagues have any announcements?
I do.
All right, Mrs. Chapman?
Tuesday, I went to Spring Hill. They did a fundraiser for my animal rescue, and those children raised $943. And I couldn't be prouder of those kids. They were amazing. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. And I want to recognize Sam Ray, who's here tonight. He's on my board of directors for the animal rescue as well. Thank you, Sam.
Well, we'll have Mr. Caudell say something first, and I think we can get back.
Yeah, I have a couple of things. This week I went to the grand opening of the new courthouse down there, and it's a pretty impressive place. So you guys will be going in and out of there. It's really, really nice down there. Downtown Akron, they closed down the whole courthouse, and they, like, it was a big swearing in deal.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I'd also like to read the Spectrum channel here. The Spectrum Community Channel 1023, Springfield and Lakemore Community Channel 1023 is proud to serve our communities by providing access to local government meetings and programming and information of community events. Tune in to Spectrum Channel 1023 for recent programming. To view the current program schedule, tune into the channel, or you could go online to the Springfield Township.us or our Facebook page. Community members have access to all current and past programming on demand by our new YouTube channel. Find it by searching Springfield Lakemore Community Channel. More community information is available from us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and our blog. Please let us know of an event or activity in Lakemore or Springfield communities that you would like to see on the community channel by contacting your government officials. Please let us know how we can best serve you. Lastly, we would like to thank Jeremy Caudell for the help, probably read through this, for help and support in giving these announcements and promoting the community channel. It was amazing to me how many people didn't know about the community channel. Thank you, Frank, Jim, Dan, and Carolyn. The following programs are currently running on the channel showing the date they took place. The Springfield Board of Education meeting on 1/9, the Springfield Trustees special meeting on 1/11, the PLCC Board of Education meeting 1/18, the Springfield Trustees meeting 1/25, the Springfield Local School Board and Educating meeting on 2/8. And that's it.
That's it. Okay,
Chief Simone?
okay. While Chief makes his way up here, I'd just like to remind everyone that yoga is still going on Monday nights at the center. What time, 5 o'clock? Check the website. It's like 5 o'clock, I think, or maybe 6,
think
but
it's 6.
I think it's just a $1 donation. You come in there and do some yoga. Don't worry, I'm not going to be there, but that's okay.
Maybe you should go.
Yeah,
It's
I
a stress
probably need
reliever.
it. Yeah, I need it, so.
It's good for the
But-
brain.
I have one other thing.
Oh, and Jeremy?
Yeah, the local Rotary group, they're holding a quarter auction this Saturday at the event center. You can get tickets at the door. I believe it starts at 6. So come there. It's going to be, they're going to have food, drinks. We got all kinds of baskets. I was there today helping with baskets. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So how a quarter auction works, just bring some money, and we got all the quarters. So a $25 basket only costs a quarter to bid on, and it goes up to $100 baskets, and that's a 4-quarter bid. So hopefully I see all you guys there. It's for good calls.
All right, now, we stalled long enough for you to get ready, Chief. You ready for your announcement? He said, Sam wanted to know, where is it at?
It's at the event center on East Market over there.
Ellen.
Yeah,
And
it's,
now, oh,
yeah, it's, I got that.
Okay, you all set?
Yep.
I do want to make a presentation tonight. I'll say this, working here in Springfield, it really is like a family, whether it's the police department, the fire department, zoning, with Deb Grow, the road department, we all really work well together. And obviously Mike Spickard and our fiscal department. Between these two doors, that's where all the department heads usually come together for meetings and stuff. We meet on a regular basis. The board creates an environment here that it's really a great place to work. And we really get a lot done. I say this often, we don't operate like a city here, we operate like a business. We're always getting stuff done, but we do look out for each other and we have a lot of fun. So, and I hope the person I'm going to present this to tonight understands the intention behind this. But the Board of Trustees did a holiday luncheon for us. And at that luncheon, I sat with Mr. Spickard, and he shared a story with me when he played football. And Mike Spickard played for Field High School, and he talked about a game. Now, keep in mind, Mike was a fullback, and if you know anything about fullback, it's a thankless position. They do all the blocking for the running backs, right? So that game, on the way home, it was Coach Gable. Did I say his name right? Goebel. On the way home from that game, that running back had scored several touchdowns. He ran over 400 yards. They beat Hudson, I believe, Mike told us, 40-7. So it was the game of that running back's life. So on the way home, on the bus, the coach presented the symbolic game ball, and he went on and talked about how well this running back did, all the touchdowns he scored, all the yards that he gained, and everybody was expecting that running back to get the game ball, but instead he gave the symbolic game ball to Mike Spickard. And when we were talking, when he was telling the story, he said he really actually didn't get a game ball. He just got symbolic. The coach took the ball back. This was back in 1981. He still remembered that story. It meant a lot to me because that incident meant so much to him. So, hooked up with Leanne over there. We reached out to Field High School. We talked to the football coach there at Field High School, and we got Mike the game ball. And he did it. So even though we're not your coach, okay, we want to present you with the game ball. Here's why. Okay, that story meant a lot to me. I shared it with everybody here. We thought it was a really cool story. Talking with Leanne, we want you to continue to share that story. And then we want you to give this game ball to your grandsons, right? And you can read what it says on the game ball, some things that you shared with us. Mike talked about affirmation, how it's so important to give people positive affirmation. I think oftentimes we do that with our employees. It's easy to not take time out of your day and recognize them, give them credit for the job that they're doing. So that moment, Mike got positive affirmation from his coach. Leanne did a great job putting this on your game ball. You have your coach's name, the year, field 40, Hudson 7. Mike, congratulations. What a great game.
There you go.
You like this?
Yeah, that'll work. I like this.
Thanks, Chief. That's awesome.
So we've been wanting to do this for a long time, coordinating with the field football coach over there, who you know him, Matt,
Farino?
Yeah, he's the one that did this for us, so tell him thank you.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah, took us a long time then, trying to coordinate with you that you were going to be here for the meeting. So tonight, we knew you were going to be here. We thought this would be a good opportunity to do this. So congratulations, Mike. Thank you.
Anything else? Hearing nothing further, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
That's
Roll
a
call,
quick
Mrs.
second.
Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes,
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
we're adjourned.